Alright.
Oh.
Riders of the Lost Zord, episode... What the fuck is a Kyuranger?
Because I actually took notes on this shit. Just little things I saw that I liked and didn't like, and I actually wrote shit down.
Yeah, but first, before we go on to all this, we should actually introduce the new guy here. Introduce yourself.
We should. New guy.
Yeah, Juzo Decker.
Fresh meat.
He get quiet after he introduced himself. I just knew that's how it was gonna go.
I might put some crickets chirping in.
Oh God.
Yeah. This is a new guy. He asked. He said, yeah, sure, whatever. Here he is.
He said, fuck it, I don't have shit else to do. I'm just sitting at home eating a sandwich. I'll talk with you guys about Super Sentai.
Can I have a sandwich?
I don't know, can you?
I mean, also and bread.
As always, our titillating pre-podcast conversation. That's what the people come here for. You.
Yeah, the bullshit before the shit.
yeah, the pre-game shit before the game shit.
I thought it was the pre-game shit before the shit sandwich.
Is that what kind of sandwich you're eating?
I'm not eating a sandwich today, man.
You need to step up your sandwich game.
Oh, I already had Penn Station, so I was good today.
How was that? They've got one around here, but I haven't been to.
Pretty good. You get a Dagwood, just telling you want all the meats and all the cheeses and whatever you want else on there.
I always tell them I want all the meat. I want all the meat.
Yeah, that sounds good. But since the only sandwich shops that we have around here is Subway, and 4 of them.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Not doing enough.
Yeah.
For a company that their motto is eat fresh, their shit's not very fresh.
No. But anyway, Kyuranger. The subs have not been released as of this recording, so we went raw. We went to this raw. We saw the raw.
We went in raw, baby. Raw.
The subs are out.
Yeah, they dropped like an hour ago.
Oh.
I was about to say, like an hour and a half ago. I struggled with a shitty computer, to watch them.
Okay, to better put it, as of this recording, I have not seen the subs.
I haven't either. I watched the Raw, so you're not alone there.
Yeah.
Well, I
I
watched on Raw, then I found something else.
Yeah, I watched these subs too, yes. The Red Ranger is a little special.
He's talking
I
about...
kind of got that vibe, even from the Raw, just like watching him and not knowing what he's saying. I still kind of got that. This motherfucker ain't all there kind of thing.
He's about 2 mistakes away from joining Naruto in the special ninja school where they use plastic shuriken.
Well, he kind of reminded me of a dumber Boken Red. Because you know how Boken Red, he like has good ideas and his shit usually works out. It reminded me of Boken Red if his shit didn't work out.
Actually, for me, he reminded me a little bit of Takaharu, but not screaming out, "It's hot!"
See, he just reminds me of a stereotypical dumb shonen character that they punch things and it works, and they do manly stuff and it works, but he's totally aware of what he is.
He's Goku from DBZ Abridged. Punch it really hard.
Muffin button?
Muffin button?
Muffin button.
Yes.
And his powered up attack seems very much like Ichigo Kurosaki's Getsu Tinchai. Huge attack.
Getsuga Tensho. But yeah. It did kind of seem a little bit like that.
But Ichigo couldn't summon fucking meteors.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to watch the subs for that, because I feel like the meteors... I know they meant something, but I didn't really catch everything besides, I guess, their Henshin bracer. But I just figured there was something a little more to them, so I'm going to have to go back and watch the subs, which I plan on watching with my boy anyway, so...
And
I was
locked into the meteors. That's all it is to it.
And might as well talk about some of the other things about the team. I was a bit disappointed that all 9 were not there in the first episode.
I didn't mind that.
That all 9 aren't there, because I would not have been able to keep up with all of them.
I mean, this is kind of like a Kyuranger kind of thing, where they were kind of introducing a ranger every episode.
Mm-hmm.
Where we started with Red, pink and blue. Then it moved on to black being introduced, then green, then cyan, gray. I think violet, purple.
All these colors, I don't know what they are.
I'm colorblind. I don't care what these colors are.
Logan and I were looking at pictures today. And he's like, "What?" We were looking at Kyuranger. I need to say the right one. And he just pointed when he's like, "Which one is that?" And I was like, "Logan, these 4 Rangers all look blue to me. You're gonna have to tell me which one it is." And he was just, every time he remembers I'm colorblind, it just blows his fucking mind. He's like, "Oh, I forgot." But seriously, they all just looked blue. I was like, I don't know.
Now I kind of want there to be a colorblind ranger who just doesn't know what color he is, and no one fucking tells him.
I would love that representation. Even though it would be a joke, I would love it.
Hey, who knows? That could be Orange's thing.
Maybe. Like, he thinks he's the Red Ranger. I'm like, and everyone's like, "No, you're not."
No, it would make more sense if Blue was, because he's a wolf.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would kind of make sense.
Color. He's like, "Wait, why are we all gray?"
Yeah, he'll be like saying, "Yeah, I'm the leader because I'm the red guy, I think." It's like, "No, dude, I'm red." So what color am I? You're blue. Aw. Does that mean I'm second in command? No, it just means that you're the oldest. Oh.
Now, just, talking about the Rangers and stuff, this is pretty close to the beginning of the episode. I was just going to periodically go through my little notes and bring shit up. What did you guys think about the first Henshin sequence? I remember I put in the chat that I thought it was very elegant compared to some of the prior years I've seen, which I stand by that. I liked it. It was sleek. It wasn't overly complicated. The whole thing, like their pose all the way through the morph.
I thought it was pretty good. The way that Red changed form kind of reminded me a little bit of Kamen Rider Blade and how they did their Henshin stuff.
With the card coming onto them.
Yeah.
I like the Henshin. It's a little quicker than most that I've seen, but it seems really quick and to the point. And the fact that they can point that Star Blast in any direction and do it differently seems like that's how they're going to change it up for like different cinematic Henshins throughout it. Because in the first one, they shot it down and the star rose above them. Mm-hmm. And then the second time, they shot it forward, and Red shot it forward on a meteor. And I think Blue just shot his downward really quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. And I also want to bring up, you brought up the morphing and the stars. I liked how it was the first or the second fight when they're on the beach. It was green, yellow, and black. I believe. They were going to morph, and they threw their stars down, and it was a shield. The enemies were running down, and they threw their stars down, and it just knocked them away. I was like, that's useful. That's something.
It seems like they can use it as a defensive thing, too, so that there isn't we can attack you while you're transforming thing.
There was something else. There was some other show that made a joke about that, but I can't remember what it is now.
I think there were a few other transforming guys that did that. Drive did that a few times.
Mega Ranger did it with the Robo because they tried to attack the Robo when it was transforming and just had shields, so it didn't hurt it. But most other shows I haven't seen anything about that.
I believe it happened a few times with O's too.
With the Red Ranger guy summoning his mecha, he also got the shield right when he was going to get hit by lasers from the spaceships. That was one thing.
And he accidentally hits it. It kind of seemed a little bit forced how he did that accidentally.
I think that's partly to do with how this episode felt like certain things could have used just 5 to 10 more seconds of development.
Yeah.
But they crammed a lot of content into this one episode.
I'm kind of hoping over the next few, anything like that could be explained, but you never know. And then there are some things that once it happens, you can't really explain.
Mm-hmm.
But I get what you're saying.
Like, I loved finding out so much in one episode, but if we could have spent more than just the 10 minutes getting to know Lucky and the other Kyurangers before getting thrown into the next planet with Garu, if they could have made Lucky's portion the first episode, I would have enjoyed it more just so I could learn more about Lucky, maybe see his interactions with Hammy and Champ, and I forget the yellow's name already.
Spada.
Spada.
Yeah.
Get a few more interactions with them before being thrown into the next conflict. I do like the way that they had Garu and Lucky playing off each other. That was really, really good, but that was so short with everything else in the episode. But Sentai openers, they're usually kind of rushed.
Yeah, I mean, this not only introduced 5 characters, but also the morphing grid, how exactly the morpher works, not only being, well, a morpher, but also a laser gun, which was cool.
It summons their mechs, introducing the whole concept of constellations, introducing the villains, and having 3 fight scenes, technically 4-ish. Yeah, they put a lot.
Was it 3 fights and a mecha fight, wasn't it?
It was the first Henshin fight,
The beach
fight
one.
between Red and Blue, the second Henshin fight, and the mech fight. That's 4.
Yeah, 3 fights and a mecha.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a lot for 19-21 minutes.
I rather enjoyed the rather packed nature of the episode. I would just rather get more that's possibly not explained right off the bat, and over the course of time you get more exposition and stuff like that than a really dull, mostly exposition episode, which I know is Sentai, so there's always going to be fights and stuff, but I think we all know where I'm coming from.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I don't necessarily want more exposition to understand stuff. I just want some more time to breathe and get to know a character before being thrown into the next plot point.
Right.
Well, I feel like we'll probably get that. Probably not the next episode, because they already teased the next 3 are going to come in, next 3 or 4.
2.
So,
The next 2.
We should only be getting 2.
Yeah, gold and silver should be showing
okay, I
up.
thought there was another one there with them.
Yeah.
The pink is showed up, but she does not. She's on the ship, but she is not actually has the crystal yet, so she can transform.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Who else here is happy that Pink is as sassy as I was hoping she was gonna be?
I guess so.
I love
Again,
a sassy robot.
I did not see the subs yet.
You can just tell by her mannerisms. She just doesn't want to deal with anyone's bullshit.
Yeah.
And she's trying to put Red in his place, and she's like, "Is he really that stupid?"
Apparently.
Yes, he is.
But again, who the actor behind it kind of got typecasted. Would you say got typecasted?
Just be typecast.
Yeah.
Typecasting works differently in Japan with anime voices. They're all almost always cast to a certain character look or a certain character's actions, and it's not nearly as much of a big deal as them being typecast, but the fact that they represent that type of character better.
Yeah. But what I'm trying to say here is that we have a returning actor for this. The person that played Luca in Gokaiger is Pink.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
okay, yellow.
Mao Inamochi.
Yeah. Or just Mao. Because she's also an idol too. You know, I have those single worded celebrities like Madonna
And Cher.
and Cher.
And Prince.
No, the artist formerly known as Prince. You remember
I
that?
thought he went back to Prince.
I have no
Yeah, he
idea.
went back to Prince.
He was Prince again before he died.
And Blondie. I could go on. I don't want to go down that tangent.
And also, we have an anime actor too. The guy that plays as Garu, Kazuya Nakai, also voices Zoro from One Piece.
Lola Zola.
The voice actor for Speedor in Go Onger was Sanji. A lot of the voice actors in Sentai come from anime.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So far, I do like this. I do like the weapons that they have. They're like
that they all have the same basis, but they become different weapons.
like the what is it called? There's a list here. You got the Q sword for red, Q claw for blue, Q axe for black, Q rapier for green. That actually makes a bit of sense.
And Q slasher for yellow.
Yeah. With the rapier, kind of made a bit of sense because that kind of simulates a chameleon tongue.
I like the rapier for green, but it also could work with yellow because he's a freaking swordfish.
Yeah.
And they don't do much cutting. They more or less impale people with their noses.
Like this guy could do with his helmet.
He can peck people.
That's one dangerous headbutt.
You don't mess with Spiro. He knows peck.
And if you get a Pharaoh, it knows drill peck.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, later on, there's like spears, crossbows, sickle, shot.
I don't think we've seen many sickles in Sentai, now that you bring it up.
I think there's not many sickles in Toku. I mean, no, it's a unique weapon, a sickle.
I'm pretty sure like a couple villains have used them, but I'm not thinking of anything right off the bat.
Yeah, you never see a hero use a sickle. It's usually a mysterious being or a villain.
Or Maka from Soul Eater.
Okay.
Or what's her name from Inuyasha? Sango? Or
technically
Kohaku.
that was a coma, but yeah, it's sickle-ish.
It's like a sickle and a weight.
Yeah, that's a, shit, there's an actual name for that type of a coma.
There is, and I can't remember.
Because you're supposed to use the weight to, you throw the sickle and you pull on the weight, or
Mm-hmm.
throw the weight and tie people up with it, and use the sickle to just chop heads off. That thing is deadly cool.
Anyway, the way that
It's not a good guy weapon.
and I think also the Q sword is kind of like it's more of a great sword than just your regular long sword.
It looks a lot broader than normal Sentai swords. Like, it looks like a smaller handheld version of the Reika Daisanto.
I'm gonna act like I know that.
The big-ass sword from Shinkenger.
Again, I'm gonna act like I know that.
Red's giant fuck you blade?
Yeah, I know. I'm just...
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just looking up some of this other weapon stuff on the Wikipedia because it's a thing. Yeah, it's all pretty cool stuff. Except for the Q shot. It's just the handle. That's kind of lame.
I like how they seem to have built a lot of functionality into their henshin device. It's a wrist-mounted henshin device, which we don't often see anymore, a gun, and the summoner for their mechs.
I think the last wrist-mounted one was Tokyuger.
And before Tokyuger...
Go Buster.
Go Buster.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have
Go Buster.
but they tend to have been seasons I either didn't like or never cared about watching.
I think the other one before that was... I want to say... a Barter Ranger? The dinosaur one.
Abba Ranger?
Abba Ranger, yeah.
They
Geki
did.
is considered a wrist-mounted one.
Isn't?
I thought it was, because technically they're gloves that are on the wrists.
Oh, Geki Ranger.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the activator's more on the knuckles. It isn't aura slashing. But anyway, yeah, I do like how the Morpher does a lot more than just morph.
Yeah. And it seems to be a rare thing to get a henshin device that is multifunctional that isn't a goddamn cell phone.
I'm looking at you, Bokenger.
They really kind of killed the cell phone idea. They overused that like a motherfucker.
Like, sooner or later, we're gonna get a Sentai series that's henshin device is going to be a smartphone, and they're gonna have to, like, flick or draw something stupid on it.
They already did. They already had a smartphone.
Who had a smartphone?
Tokyuger 6.
I need to watch Tokyuger.
Yeah, he had this little slide phone. They would open up, he'd put his train through, and then, ta-da, I'm orange.
I mean, like a full-on iPhone look-alike smartphone.
I think that's like the closest as is right now.
Because I can see them having all the Rangers have the phone, and it just be their normal phone, and they just open the app to henshin.
It's gonna happen.
It is. I'm surprised it hasn't happened yet.
And, well, I think that's why they're not going to be doing it. Because
No.
it's going to be an app on the phone. The app is probably going to be like $5.99 at best, maybe $10.
And then they can sell you a specialized phone case to make it look like the phone from the show.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Weapons sold separately, along with the batteries.
You know how much money that would save them just on production cost to make a phone case and make a cheap little app?
It comes with the phone case, and only the
Heck.
phone case.
Either the phone case would come with a free download for the app, or the app you could still buy for like $3 and use it with your normal phone. Like, it's such a low-hanging fruit, they can't not do it. I really don't see them not doing a smartphone pension device like that.
Yeah, but then again, we're in America. They don't really listen to us in America.
Yes, they do.
Okay, there was a little bit of meddling from Saban and Go Busters, but that was about it.
You did see the article where Kyuranger was made with American input.
Okay, I did not see that. I did not know about that.
Was made with, I don't know where, but some amount of American input was used in making Kyuranger.
Probably making the villains aliens was the idea.
I don't know.
Because
I
that's
just
how they
know-
usually shove things off of why it's so weird. Oh, they're aliens.
I just know there were a few articles a couple of weeks ago saying Kyuranger was made with American input, and since then I've been like, yeah, we're not skipping Kyuranger when we get to it. We're either going to do the first half, Zyuohger, and then go to Kyuranger, or we're going to do a full year of Zyuohger, because Zyuohger is too marketable not to do.
Yes. Because it's cubes. Children love cubes.
It's freaking Minecraft and animals. There's no way that's not making money.
So, your thoughts, Decker?
Yes, one thing I was wondering is, when are we going to see how that monster got large all of a sudden in the mecha fight? Normally you see what happens to cause them to enlarge, so they end up battling mechas.
Yeah.
I know sometimes they've had the ability to just grow on their own, so
Maybe there's just an alien that are naturally big.
I just figured it was just a strong monster and could do it on its own. In the next few episodes, we'll see how they make the monster grow.
Maybe all the monsters are that big, and, they just have tiny foot soldiers. We really don't know yet.
And who knows? Maybe these things are also genetically engineered.
Yeah, that was just one of the things I was thinking about, or maybe they're in capsules and they just release the capsules and they're giant monsters in them.
That would be original, as far as I know. I haven't seen that.
Capsules. Nothing in my memory banks show of monsters being in capsules.
Now, bringing up the foot soldiers and the monsters. Now, take into account with this the camera panning and establishing shots. With my next statement, did anybody else get a Machine Empire or Paranoia feel from these bad guys? Like the way the camera moved, the way the enemies moved when they were in larger groups, and the aircraft and stuff. Not necessarily how they really looked, but just how they moved, their formations and stuff like that.
Slightly. Now that you point it out like that.
Because that's the first thing I thought. I figured it might just be an homage or something like that. Because I was like, man, that's really similar. I just wondered if anybody else had noticed, or if it was just me.
A little bit. And by the way, those guys are called Endavers.
So I need to watch the subs.
Yeah, I'm looking up the wiki right now. So, they're the foot soldiers of the Space Shogunate Dark Matter. I thought that said Jerk Matter.
Yeah, I did too when I read that.
The overtime subs call them Jack Matter. Call the bad guys Jack Matter.
That sounds cool.
Well, yeah, because they're hijacking planets. Clever.
My question is, what is when the main villain that was in the hologram, like the leader of the, actually just used a force push? Is he like a Sith master or something?
Oh my god! When you guys get done, you'll see how coincidental this is. Which I noticed what you're talking about.
Don Armage is that guy's name, by the way. Yeah. I was kind of getting a little bit of the Emperor Palpatine from him.
That's what I wrote down because that's almost exactly
Yeah,
how you first see Palpatine in Empire Strikes Back. Even the hologram looks the same.
Yeah, it says right here on the Wikipedia page. He shares some similarities with Sheev Palpatine, aka Darth Sidious from Star Wars.
I just being another nerd, I immediately messaged Noson and I was like, "Did you catch that Star Wars reference?" And he's like, "Yeah, it wasn't subtle at all."
Yeah, they both dress with their hoods almost covering their face. They both tend to communicate with their subordinates through holograms instead of face to face. They are both feared rulers of the universe who want to destroy those who dare rebel against them.
Maybe we'll get like a Star Warsy type season instead of more of a like what Nosan and I were talking about one time. Let's Star Trek and maybe more Star Wars, which is the way it seems to be going to make an analogy. Which I'm okay with that.
Oh, here's another thing about this guy.
They
on the
Rebel. Just putting that one out there.
Rebels? Rebels!
I guess they would be rebels.
Yeah.
They literally call them that in the subs.
I gotta watch the fucking subs.
Yeah, and here's another thing about this guy too. His appearance is similar to Black Cross Father from Go Ranger.
Do you mean Black Cross Führer?
Yeah, I'm not good. I'm from Wisconsin, which is technically a dislocated arm of Germany. And I have a hard time saying some German words.
So my guess is, are we gonna find out that Lucky's the son of one of the generals of the evil empire?
That would not fucking surprise me one bit.
No, he's the son of the Don.
Don Horda?
Don Armage. Which I can actually kind of see, because he kind of shows up on a speeder saying, "Hey, look at that, it's the Kyurangers. I'm going to see what they're up to."
Next thing you know, Cantina music's playing in the background and nobody knows where it's from.
Yeah, and later on in the series, he gets like a dark version of his ranger suit.
And we got like a scruffy nerf herder that shoots first and kills some mercenary.
I want to say that might be orange.
Because there's no way Greedo shot first.
Okay.
I'm just throwing memes in here. I'm just throwing them like rocks in a pond.
There's also something else I wanted to bring up too. For some reason, I was getting a little bit of an Irish theme from Sparta.
Which one was that?
Yellow.
I didn't necessarily get that.
I mean, yeah, he's a good cook and speaks a lot of French. I don't know why I'm thinking Irish.
I thought he spoke Italian because he said. I thought he said something in Italian. He said grazie.
I thought he said bon appetit or something like that too. Also,
I think he did say that actually.
But bon appetit is kind of a common phrase. So you can enjoy the food.
We'll just say he's somewhere else, sir.
Yeah.
Eastern Europe, maybe?
Yeah, but then, again, this is going to be like stuff like different... They're not necessarily Earth human, but they're like another planet human.
Oh god, you know what I hope they do? At one point, I don't care when it is, just mention one planet, and it will make me happy, and it will confuse the purest fanboys on both sides.
Alderaan.
KO-35.
Oh, that would be fucking awesome.
And no matter where we are, we will see Sentai fanboys, eyes explode in anger, and Power Rangers fanboys just get really confused.
KO-35.
Andros' home planet.
Damn it!
In space.
I was thinking... I know I heard it from somewhere before. So kind of colony, Power Rangers universe, Andros, right?
Which, I mean, just like fan theory in here, the story of his planet and him by proxy isn't that different from what we're getting in this show. So, I mean, if they were to do that, it wouldn't necessarily not fit.
I'm really trying to think of something here. I mean, yes, this would be considered being a part of the universal tokusatsu, everything is crossing over each other kind of shit. Like where we have a space Gavan trying to arrest the Gokaigers.
And they are kind of dicks.
Everybody's a dick. Especially Captain Marvel.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, and by the way, I did show some guys that never even seen Super Sentai before Gokaiger, and they're saying, "Wow, this Captain Marvelous guy is a badass." There's just There's just no fucks given about this guy. The ramen shop that he was in eating explodes and he's like, yeah, my ramen. Why?
I've actually got one friend at work who's also a Power Rangers fan. He's like, everybody else at work is around my age, and they know about it, and so, we talk. He's actually a fan, and we were working in the pits under the cars, and it was just he and I, everybody else was somewhere else. And we were talking about Power Rangers. He's like, yeah, it's been getting kind of kiddie lately and stuff like that. And I was like, dude, I'm going to get you Pirate Sentai Gokaiger. And I guarantee you will love that fucking show. And I talked to him for like an hour and a half about it. And he was just like, yeah, dog, if you can, get it to me where I can watch it, I'll definitely watch it. And I was like, just give me some time.
I'll give you 2 seconds, kissasian.com.
Well, I don't think he has a computer. If he does, I'm not sure how much he knows about torrenting. So I'm just going to buy like a cheap thumb drive and I've got it on my hard disk drive, so I'll just copy the files. So just give it back to me when you're done.
Also, Jetman's really good too.
So, Nanami, showing up late. What do you think about Kyuranger?
I think it's definitely going to be interesting to see where it's going to go from. Hey, guess what? We have 9 members and stuff.
I want to see how well they get developed as characters with 9 confirmed, and then 2 more added through toys to the show.
Or maybe more.
Yeah. What's a hard cap on a Sentai team? Are we gonna get
45?
I was gonna say, are we gonna get AKB 48 the Sentai? I mean, 88 constellations.
That would be interesting.
But are there enough colors for that?
Yeah.
Color
so
names
like
for that. Color names for that.
But yeah, you could also look at the what they did with Zyuanger and have like the Red Ranger having 3 or 4 different constellations and changing different forms.
Well, we already have confirmation that the Red has 3 different forms through the toy scheme.
And let's hope everybody else gets forms this time because,
They're not. It's always for the Red Ranger.
The main thing on his helmet and like a bird with wings coming out of the front of his chest.
Yeah,
because Tusk actually, because forget his name from Zyuanger, Tusk, the elephant guy. His helmet very well could have been a snake as well. He could have had They could have had other forms.
And what? Lion being a giraffe?
Yeah, it's all very plausible.
Oh, and White turns into a panda. It's fucking cute.
He's adorable.
Fusion ha!
Oh yeah, we gotta change that. We gotta change that cover and profile.
We do.
Up on the page.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll look on DeviantArt to see if someone's doing good wallpapers of it.
Hey, you should see the thumbnail that I got. It's pretty good. But yeah, Kyuranger, I gotta say, really strong start. A little bit quick to punch me in the face for this. But it was a good punch.
Gotta say, I do love the visuals for the opening and ending thing.
The ending is like, if it wasn't adorable, I would hate it.
Exactly.
I found it a bit weird because they were doing a really weird fish lens thing.
It's weird as shit.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. It's weird.
In my opinion, it's like shot from the perspective of like a space window or something, where it's more bowl shaped for the most part with most sci-fi stuff.
Yeah. In the opening, it was pretty good. It did show all the characters, and just looking at some of the perspectives of how they did it, like one side of the screen had the civilian form, while the other half had the ranger form, and when it showed up to the dragon guy, it was pretty obvious that he was going to be a ranger.
Oh yeah, I mean, he'll probably be the next Doggy Kruger.
I mean, we already have that through the bull guy.
I kind of expect him to be very Doggy Kruger-ish.
In personality, because we already have a wolf alien guy.
Well, I mean, like, the leader that is the super badass that helps him out every so often.
Yeah.
And, that actually would have been a perfect opportunity to actually reuse the costume and, change it up a bit from Deca Ranger and stuff, hey, it's one of his race,
Maybe they already did that with the blue guy.
No, it's
Yeah,
different
I mean-
from what
Yeah.
Kruger looked like in the Sentai.
Yeah, I know. I thought they might have done like a little update to his head.
I mean, that would have been cool. I mean, hey, it's not just, we could bring back some of the other alien races that are known to exist,
Yeah, all 6 of them.
I mean, the ones that, Sentai people haven't actually killed yet.
Right. I think as of right now, there are technically 6, but also including Zooger with the bull, wolf, and whatever the other guys are going to be. That's going to be like 8 races as rangers. I mean, we're still not going to see a black guy be a ranger.
Would we consider the Gokaigers to be a different species?
Yes, each one of them is actually a different species. They are humanoid, but they are still technically aliens.
That's what I
Yeah,
want.
they're Homo sapien, just not Terran.
They're like a different genus of human.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because each one of them comes from a different planet as well.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Including Guy.
Well, guys from here, so
I thought Joe and Marvelous came from the same planet, or did they just know each other for a long time?
They
they've known each other the longest, but they came from different places because Marvelous and it was Akared and
Bosco.
Bosco.
Yeah.
Bosco.
Yeah.
Well, I knew they were the red. Was it the Red Pirates?
Red Fritz.
I
Yeah.
guess I just naturally assumed since Joe and Marvelous knew each other so long, they were just from the same place. I knew the other ones weren't.
No, he met Joe like right after a little bit after the Red Pirates ended.
I mean, even
He
though
knew him the longest.
even though Aqua Red already has his own ranger team.
He does.
Have they ever
Yeah.
expanded on that?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
In Zooger specials where Aqua Red shows up. Yeah, he says that there's a whole Aqua Ranger team. No, there's no.
Sweet.
Yeah,
There-
and it's and there's and the funny thing is, it's just it's like, oh, there's an Aqua Red. Is there an Au Blue? No, it's Aqua Blue.
Yeah,
Oh, that's awesome. I'm
But-
glad he came back. I like Dr.
yeah,
Red.
and that
Amazing.
now
Stupid.
has a 40.
The real question is though, is it just one Aqua Red or are there many?
Yeah, there's one for every decade or every 5 years.
5 years.
Yeah,
Wait, is
I
it
mean-
one of the things where it says this pen is blue, but the pen itself is red? Where he's called Aqua Blue, but he's still red.
yes,
And we still don't have suits with them yet.
no.
We
It's all
never will.
speculation at this point, just from that one line.
Yes, I need to watch Jihojer.
Yeah, it's not really anything special. It's actually pretty good for what it does introduce, especially with cubes.
Minecraft powers activate.
Yeah.
Form of a giant cube.
All right, the Zoogers most of those were their own race too.
Yeah, they were
Zoomin.
all but the main
And
were...
some of them, that when we actually went to Zoolin for the first time, some of them were there's people in those really crappy horse head masks.
Ew, that's creepy.
Yeah.
You're just like in the background, just like, what the fuck is that? Are they wearing those fucking masks that you see all the time? Yes. So is this where the idea of like, so do they think teamed up like BoJack Horseman or something?
Yes. Yes.
BoJack Horseman. BoJack Horseman confirmed to be in future Zoolin. So
Yeah.
I'm
So-
okay with it.
Is there anything else that we can say about this? Because we've hit the 45-minute mark.
Officially twice as long as the episode.
The only other
Yes.
things I've got to say, I love the visors, how they have that little star field in them.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love that the individual mecha got a little bit of action before the Megazord fight.
Mhm.
And did anybody else get a Gal Ranger feel with the Red Ranger Zord? Like when it first got summoned, and the fact that it's a lion.
Yes. Because
I was just like, Gal Ranger.
this is the second time that the line has been the main thing.
third.
I also
maybe,
like
think.
I also like the fact that they have their own cockpits in the actual mecha, giant mecha. Instead
I
of
actually didn't
shared
think
cock-
I'd like it, but I do.
That's something I wanted to bring
I
up.
have
This one of the first times we've seen like separate a mecha where the cockpits are completely separate.
I think we've also seen it in Live Man, I believe. I'm not entirely sure.
Go Busters did that kind of thing.
True.
Nobody likes Go Busters.
I like the aesthetics, but you know.
Go Busters had that kind of thing. Hurricaneger had it too. This is going off of just memory from just seeing Power Rangers stuff and trying to mix it in with Super Sentai when they haven't changed the cockpits. Like they did with Samurai Onward. Jeez, I really can't think of anything else like that.
And it's not a very common thing. Like, I thought it was done once or twice before, but not very often.
No.
Yeah, they kind of like having the teams together because it saves on, creating a whole nother little set to film in.
Or just changing the panels of the back.
Yeah.
All the buttons are all the same, and just the only difference is the panel in the back is different, and maybe a little bit of different lighting depending on what suits in the cockpit. Like
How hard is
Cockpit.
Power Rangers to try to make them all in the same cockpit so they can make their own mech-only form?
Fun drinking game. Let's take a drink every time somebody says cockpit this episode.
Let's cockpit this episode. I'm down. I'm in my chair.
I don't have alcohol for that.
Yeah, me either.
I do.
And my last note is, if I'm not mistaken, this is the first Sentai to not have a Pink Ranger in the beginning. Or am I wrong?
Zyuohger.
Okay,
let's
I
see,
haven't
well, the
seen
first
Zyuohger. I put a question mark on it.
That doesn't have a pink in the first episode, at least, right?
There's like 10.
Let's see. There's also Go Busters,
Yeah.
Live Man.
Abba Ranger.
I can't. It's been a while, but I think.
Wait, Abba Ranger didn't even have a pink, did they?
And
They had
neither-
Abba
Yeah,
Ranger.
she was honorary, and she kind of sucked because funny joke, haha. Even though they could have actually designed a pretty cool suit.
Well, they gave her that suit in Gokaiger, and Pink refused to fight.
It was cute.
It was.
Well, yeah, there's like 10 or so that do that, so...
That's why I put a question mark, because it's like, I can't, from memory, confirm this, so I put a question mark on it.
Now, I haven't seen every Sentai, but I just know, generalizing just from seeing like clips of stuff, that there's like 10 or so like that.
Yeah.
I mean, besides Melee or Mio from Geki Ranger, was there any female Ranger that was green?
No.
No.
This is...
Unless
Let's
you
see.
count
Here's
the
the V symbol for Ninja. Ninja.
but I don't think he counts.
No, she's whatever the movie thing is.
Nope.
Remember, if it has a Ranger key, it counts. Some way. Somehow.
Doesn't have yet. The Ranger keys aren't out yet.
It will get one eventually.
If we use the Ranger key, it counts things. That means O's counts as a Ranger.
Yes.
Oh, and Metal Heroes. Don't forget about the Metal Heroes.
That
Well,
also,
Jiraiya did show up in a Ninja, so.
that also means the Akiva Rangers are official.
Yay! Woo!
Yes!
We should actually cover that someday.
Yeah.
After Bokenger, that's what we said we were going to do.
Damn it! Keep forgetting that we should be doing that.
Yeah, no.
Maybe!
Or maybe we
Well,
just... Can we just cut part 2 and just say we're just going to keep it 10 the first 10 episodes and just move on?
Maybe.
Yes.
Andy, get on that. Delete part 2 of Bokenger. Delete it.
Did we ever post part 2?
I don't
Did
think
we ever
so.
do part 2?
No, we did part 2.
We did, and...
God, that's been so long ago. I don't fucking remember. I mean, apparently
Well-
the show's not that fucking good because we're just like, well...
Oh god, we only did part 1. We only have part 1 up.
And it has us 80 views.
Andy, if you're in the middle of editing part 2, stop it.
I'm not. Apparently I passed it and not realized we ever did it. Because I'm fucking editing.
Oh, I think I remember what happened
the-
because we were done recording it and the audio didn't save right on your part, FTE.
Oh. So,
Well, I'm already up to our Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie
Zop.
trepidation rant that I have to post. When I'm done editing, I just have to post it.
So-
Since you guys mentioned the Ranger keys counted, does that mean Beetle Fighter J is included too?
yeah, like I said, the metal...
They're Metal
the-
Heroes.
Yeah, metal heroes count. So, yeah.
Does that mean they count as Rangers too? Because they get a special line of Ranger keys.
Yep. Those count. I mean, we're not exactly... We're not the official say yet, because we
If
don't...
it has official Ranger keys produced by Bandai, yep, they are official. That is canon.
I was just going to say we're up to 11 subscribers, so...
We are.
Nice.
Woo! Ow! Ow!
Well, that'll be edited out.
Or at least quiet down. I'm glad I'm wearing headphones, but also not glad I'm wearing headphones.
Are people talking?
We are a bunch of dorks.
Yeah.
I consider myself pretty cool. I mean, you guys may be dorks. I don't know.
So, is this all we can say about Kyuranger? Or Kyuranger?
Says the person with the TARDIS standee, or was that Raw? Was
No,
that
that's me.
Minnesota? Yeah.
That's
you
me.
have a-
Doctor Who's mainstream.
By the way, is it Kyuranger or Kyuger?
Yeah, but to have a giant TARDIS standee.
It
Kyuranger?
is Q Ranger, and it was given to me as a gift, and I love it always.
I'm calling it Kyuranger because it sounds better for me. Kyuranger.
It sounds more right.
Yeah. So, is this all we can say on this, or is there more?
Yeah, I'm pretty spent on it.
I got my ramble out.
Decker?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good.
Done.
Alright, so this has been Riders of the Lost Zord's coverage on the first episode of Kyuranger. I hope you all had a good time listening to us. Have a good night, evening, morning, maybe. Take
Have
care.
a good
Don't forget to like,
whenever
comment,
you're
subscribe.
listening to this.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and leave a comment down below.
Also, maybe drop by our Discord. Talk to us. We're very lonely.
We just
We
trade
post porn
back
sometimes.
and forth in the chat. We need fresh people to talk to. We need input.
We also post porn. Come for the porn. Stay for the conversation.
Free porn. Now that you're here, we talk about Super Sentai.
Alright.